We have been hearing about this visualization and manifestation, the whole thing, the whole concept of visualization and manifestation. But how does this work? What is the science behind visualization and manifestation? In this video, I'm going to cover exactly that, the process of how visualization gets into manifestation phase. But before I get into the deeper aspect of the science, first I need you to understand that we are all vibrational cosmic beings. Everything inside you, everything outside of you, everything is a vibrational energy. Okay? So when you probably go into a deep state of meditation, you would start experiencing high frequency sounds, very, very high frequency sound. It's like that sound, there is no sound beyond that. So that sound is basically that the vibrations propagating from inside our body, and also vibrational energies from things around us. So if you go to a place which is of a high spiritual significance, you might probably hear a high frequency sound. This happens to you even when you meditate, right? So we are all vibrational beings because energy vibrates, okay? And not just that, every thought, every emotion which we go through, they are all vibrational frequencies. So every thought and every emotion has a vibrational frequency. Whether it is a positive thought or a negative thought, it does not matter to the creation. The creation does not distinguish between positive and negative thoughts. They are just energy vibrational frequencies. So whatever thought and emotions which you are having, which inside you, consciously or unconsciously, they are basically vibrational frequencies. Now what happens is, let's say, which is a very common scenario in the world right now, we are unconsciously thinking mostly negative thoughts, right? So most people throughout the world, they think unconscious negative thoughts more than unconscious positive thoughts. Now, when they are thinking unconscious negative thoughts, that thought is an energy vibration. Now, that energy vibration first starts from the deeper self, then it propagates, the vibration propagates at the psychological level, and then it propagates to the physiological level, and then outside into the physical level. This is how the energy propagation happens. The frequency vibrates from within to without. Now that way, if you look at it, every object, every person which you meet, they all have their own energy vibrational frequencies which are being constantly released. This is why they say, I don't feel a good vibe about this person when he or she enters the room, right? You feel something negative about them even though they have not spoken a word, they have not uttered a word, but still you are feeling something wrong about them, because the vibrational energy which they release, a lot of baggages, a lot of traumas, a lot of toxins inside them, it's released, and you feel that through silence, because vibrations are not tangible. The vibrations cannot be seen, they can only be felt. So vibration starts from deeper self, goes into the psychological level, then into the physiological level, and then into the physical/material level which you see around you. Now, how does this apply to visualization and manifestation? Now let's imagine you have consciously planted a seed of visualization. You started your affirmations and visualizations in your mental screen. Now this thought which you have consciously created is also a vibrational frequency. Now when you start doing this, maybe for let's say a week, or let's say 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending on how good you are at concentrating and visualizing in your mental screen, it takes a week or maybe a few weeks, I don't know, it depends from person to person. What happens is, first the vibrational frequency starts taking over your psychological level. So let's keep an example of building wealth. I have abundant wealth. Let's keep that as your manifestation, for example, okay? Now, when you visualize, I have abundant wealth, I am a money magnet, money comes to me from all directions. Let's assume those are the affirmations, and you visualize yourself to be having, at the present moment, a lot of wealth, abundant wealth. what happens is, first the vibrational frequency taps into the psychological level. When I say psychological level, you're in a week or in a few weeks, you will start noticing changes in the way you think. Your interests will change. You might perhaps start getting interest in wealth building information or wealth building knowledge. You might probably YouTube it. You might probably buy some books which are into wealth management, asset building, asset management, creating multiple sources of income, basically, or anything related to finance, anything related to money. You might start getting interested in that. So you might buy the kind of books which resonate with you at that moment. You might probably sometimes bump into YouTube videos which are talking about what you are trying to visualize, right? So naturally, at the psychological level, your interests will change. You will look for resources which are based on financial wealth and asset management, multiple sources of income, how to create multiple careers, how to grow your career, how to manage your assets, how to manage your wealth, all those things. That's at the psychological level. Automatically, you'll start researching outside. At the physiological level, how does this affect? Now, if you have to build wealth, if you have to make a lot of money, it's not just that like you will simply sit here and you will gather all the money in the world, right? Unless probably you are an extremely high sadhaka, highly practiced spiritual master who can probably manifest it just like that, which is not the case for most of the people. So there is a physiological change which will happen to you. You will become more active. Your body will stop its need for wants like partying, that extra food, and probably your body wants to become more active. The body will start feeling light. The body will feel like pushing itself to go out and do something. This is in alignment with your manifestation of wealth building, right? That's at the physiological level. You will see the changes. And then at the physical level or the material level, you will start seeing changes. This is probably the last stage. At the physical level, you will start seeing changes like you will meet the right kind of people, right kind of situations will pop in to manifest what you're visualizing. Right kind of opportunities will automatically start knocking your door. So it starts from within and goes without. It's not the other way around, all right? So whatever you're visualizing, whatever you are affirming to yourself, remember one thing, that it's not just about simply giving yourself affirmations and visualizations, it's also the intentions behind it. Whatever you're visualizing, if you think that it is something impossible, if it is something which you're keeping on a pedestal, it's not going to manifest, because you think it's impossible, and hence the universe will create a gap, a time and space gap between you and that manifestation which you are creating in your mind. So whatever you're visualizing, believe it to be a norm. For example, whatever lifestyle you're living right now, whatever material belongings you have right now, whatever career success you have reached right now, this is a norm for you, right? This is not a big deal for you. So you need to treat your affirmations and visualization as no big deal. It's just a norm in your life. The moment you believe it to be a norm, the moment you believe it to be in the present moment, not a great achievement to be made, you destroy the time and space gap between you and the visualization which you have created in your mind. That's one thing which I wanted to tell you. So it all matters at the intention level, not just about at the emotional level, at the logical and emotional level. Also, you have to be believing it to be completely true in your affirmations and your visualizations. That being said, another thing which I would like to tell you is, when people visualize, this is a problem with my clients. Some people visualize in their mental screen, and they expect it to happen in the outer reality. I mean, it will happen at some point, but then it will not happen at the time which you expect it to happen. That's another point I want you to remember. When you visualize, as the law of thermodynamics says, energy can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transformed from one form to another. So thought is an energy. it can be transformed from the thought form to the physical form. So now there is a gap between the thought form and the physical form. This gap, we don't know how long it will take for it to manifest. So at the psychological level, your job is to manifest it at the psychological level. Create a mental screen, visualize it, affirmations, believe it to be a norm, not an impossibility which you are visualizing, all right? At the psychological level, you do your work, you dream, just enjoy the dream. Just like how when you're sleeping, you're dreaming, right? You don't expect the dream to happen in the outer reality. You're simply dreaming it. Now what this does is it'll allow you to vibrate at that frequency. The moment you expect this visualization to manifest in the physical reality, and it does not happen when you expect it to happen, you start thinking negative. Now these negative thoughts will start getting vibrational frequencies again, and they will start propagating outside, and they will manifest faster usually than a positive frequency, right? So it starts from inside, goes outside. Remember that. Not just that, make it a norm. Don't think of it as an impossibility. Believe it to be a norm which you have in your life, just like how you have everything in your life right now. Whatever you're visualizing is a norm. And the third thing is, do not expect it to happen. Just raise your vibrations, live in that vibration, nurture that vibrational frequency, and it'll happen in its own course of time. And the funny part is, most of the times you will not realize when you have visualization, when your visualizations have actually manifested. Only when you look back you realize, oh yeah, I have manifested what I visualized, right? Hope this video was helpful. I'm going to come back with more information. If you found this video helpful, do share it with your friends, relatives, family. Give it a like, share it with your friends. I'll see you soon. Cheers.